Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Tastiest Tarte Pro palette. This is fairly new to the market, came out a few months ago, and my amazing husband got it for me for Christmas, so I couldn't wait to play with it and share it with you guys. So I wanted to do a full in-depth first impression review and create an eye look with the palette. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I just go through and swatch everything, kind of talk about it, give you some information, and then I do the eye look. And then at the end I will give you my final thoughts on it. So I hope that you guys enjoy. Before we get into the video, I wanted to tell you guys that I am doing a giveaway when I hit 500 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned so you guys don't miss that. And I don't think I have anything else to say, so if you guys want to see my first impressions review and eye look using the Tastiest Tarte Pro, then just keep watching. Bye guys. So if I look a little weird, I have all my makeup done except for my eyes and my lips. So that's what's going on there. So this is what the palette looks like. I absolutely love the packaging. I love the matte black and then the pop of gold on the front. The only thing about this type of packaging is it starts to get fingerprints and just look a little bit dirty, but I mean, you can wipe it clean with, you know, a makeup wipe or a Clorox wipe or anything like that, so that's not a huge deal. And then the back is just as beautiful as the front, but also shows those fingerprints just as bad as on the front. So I love the packaging. Wish it didn't show fingerprints as bad, but I mean, it's really not the end of the world at all. So when you open it up, another thing that I absolutely love about this palette is the big ass mirror. Not a lot of palettes have this size of a mirror. It's usually kind of small there in the middle. So I absolutely love that this palette, the top is the whole thing is a mirror. I love that. And then here is what the palette on the inside looks like. It's gorgeous. It's a great neutral. It has both warm and cool shades, which I really like. The one thing that really drew me to this palette is that there are 16 matte shades and then there are 4 duochrome shades. If you've been watching me for any amount of time now, you know that I cannot have enough matte shades in a palette. I would prefer it to be, you know, 85-90% mattes and then a few shimmer shades to put on the lid, but I prefer to have mattes for transitions and creases and things like that. So this palette spoke to me right away just by the fact of how many mattes were in it. This retails for $53.90 as I hit myself in the face. Retails for $53 something, I think. Let me double check. So it's $53 straight across, which is average, you know, for a high-end palette like this. And you do get a lot of colors. You get 20 shades in here, so that's pretty good. So before I do my eye look with this, I am going to go through and swatch all these for you guys. Alright, starting with this top white one right here. This one is called Classic, and then one swipe. So that actually showed up quite a bit. I wasn't sure that it was going to because it's such a kind of skin tone type shade, but that swatched really nicely. These are really buttery as I'm just touching them. I haven't even touched this yet. I haven't swatched this. I touched one color, but then after that I decided that I was going to wait for this video. But I haven't really swatched or touched this palette at all. So next one I'm going into is Innocent, and it is that one right there. It's a really pretty kind of mauve-y, really light brown. That would be a gorgeous transition shade. Next one over I'm going to go into is Whimsy, which is this great like rust brown shade, which is absolutely gorgeous. All these are swatching really nicely. And next one I'm going to go into is Smoked, and that is the last one here in the top row. So that was one swipe. That is just a great dark brown. So now going into the first duochrome shade, I'm so excited to swatch these. This one is called Ethereal, and it is a beautiful like kind of gold type color. So let's see how this puppy swatches. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Okay, so that is the whole top row of the palette. I'm pretty impressed with the quality, the pigmentation, pretty much everything so far. I am in love with this palette so far. All right, for the second row, we're gonna go into Vintage right here, which is super similar to this one, which was Charmed. Right now, this was Classic. Super similar to that first one. It just has a little bit more white in it. Swatch just as perfect as the first row. Next one I'm going to go into is Fierce, and that is a great kind of cool toned lilac purple shade right there. Next one I'm going to go into is No Filter, which is another really pretty kind of pinky slash purple shade. And the last matte in this row is called Vamp, and this is a really nice dark deep plum color. Wow, that's really pigmented. Super pretty. Okay, so then going into the duochrome on this row, the duochrome is called Glam, and it is pretty much just your everyday, all over the lid, perfect champagne type color. And there it is right there. Really, really pretty. So this one almost has shifts of purple in it. I think that's the duochrome on this one. Really, really unique shade. All right, first one on the third row is, what's your name? Chick, and it is a great matte baby pink shade. That one's a little hard to see. It kind of blends into my skin tone pretty well, but it's right there. Next one in the line is called Profesh, and it is that one right there, a really nice cool toned kind of grayish lavender color. Really unique, really pretty. And next one down the line is called Maud, and it is this almost like hot pink color. Super, super pretty. This will be really fun in like the outer V or to smoke out the lower lash line. That's so pretty. I don't own any shades like this. I feel like this palette has a lot of unique shades that I don't already own, so that's pretty exciting. Next one, the last matte in this row is called Drama, and it is right here, and it is a deep kind of purple pink type shade. Swatch, it almost looks like it pulls a little brown too. And the duochrome in this row is called Minx, and it is that one right there. That one is really, really pretty as well. Alright, and then going into our last row of the palette, the first shade in this row is called Indie, and it is right here. It's kind of a cool toned, really light brown shade. Next one in that row is called Bold, and that one is right there, and that's just a really perfect, really super light brown shade, and that will be a great transition shade. Next one in the row is called Edgy, and it is right here, and it is just a perfect deep dark brown shade. And the last matte in this row is called Punk, and I think this looks like it's going to be a black, but it almost looks like it has a little bit of blue tone to it. So let's swatch this and see what it looks like. No, I think that's just pretty much black. Yeah, it looks pretty much black swatched. It might pull a teeny bit blue, but it's mostly black. And then the duochrome in this row is called Trendy, and it is right here. And I think that this is probably going to be a dupe for the, yeah, I think it is. It's in the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. It's that really pretty like blue shade that looks exactly like this. Urban Decay has a shade like this too. Yeah, these are really pretty. It's like a blue-brown shade. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so that was all the swatches. So now I'm going to go into creating an eye look. I'm not really sure what type of eye look I'm going to go for or what colors I'm going to use. We'll see. Let me get my hair out of my way. All right, so I'm going to start with the shade Classic, which was that first one in that top row. And I'm just going to put this from the lid all the way up to the brow bone just to set any foundation or anything that's sticky on my eyelids, so all the other colors blend on top of it really, really nicely. And then for our transition shade, I'm going to take Innocent, which is that second one in this row. I actually think I might just work from this whole top row right here. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take Innocent as my transition shade, which is right here. Just messily put this in the upper crease. going to take a big fluffy brush with no additional product and just blend all that out a little bit more. Alright, and then for our crease shade, I'm going to take this beautiful rust color, and this one was called Whimsy, and I'm just going to work this in the crease. These do kick up a little bit of powder, I'm noticing, but just make sure to tap off your excess and you'll be fine. These are so pigmented, but they blend out beautifully. I'm also going to put that on the outer V just slightly. Alright, and then just going into that big fluffy brush again, I'm just going to blend that out a little more. I'm so impressed with how these blend out. They're so easy to work with. Alright, and then I'm going to take the last matte shade in the top row called Smoked, and I'm just going to work this in the outer V a little bit, and I'll probably drag it up into the crease just a hair. Alright, and then again with that brush with no product on it, I'm just going to blend. Okay, and then for all over the lid, I'm going to take the duochrome in that top shade as well, and this one is called Ethereal, and this is that beautiful gold type shade. I'm pleasantly surprised that the duochrome doesn't have any fallout, like at all. I don't have anything under my eyes, which I normally do after putting on my lid shade, so that is definitely a huge plus in my book. Alright, and then one more time, we're just going to take that big fluffy brush again and blend all that together. Alright, to highlight the brow bone, I'm going to take the first matte shade in the second row called Vintage and use that to highlight under my brow. And I'm also going to take Vintage and use that to highlight the inner corners of my eye. Alright, and then for the lower lash line, I'm pretty much going to do exactly what I did on the top of my eyes. So I'm going to take Innocent at first, which was the second shade in the top row. I'm going to go from my outer V all the way into my inner corner with this shade. Then I'm going to take Whimsy, which is the third one in the shade, and that's that really pretty rust color. And I'm going to go from the outer corner to about halfway under my lash line. And lastly, I'm going to take Smoked and just focus this right there on the outer V under the lash line. Then I'm going to take a clean brush and just blend out that slightly. And then I just applied some mascara and a lipstick, and I am through. So in a nutshell, I am totally blown away by this palette. I don't know why I didn't think that I was going to like it as much as I do, but I am obsessed. I can see me using this all the time. I just feel really inspired looking at it too. Just the color selection and everything. It's just a really well put together palette. I love that the rows work really well together, and I love there's so many matte shades and you know, one row of duochromes. I just think it is all around the perfect palette. They blend nicely. They're buttery. What more could you ask for? So I totally think that this is worth it. I think you should go out and get it. I definitely think that it is worth the money. So that wraps up this review, you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on that 500 subscriber giveaway, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.